Bienvenido and welcome to IJustWatched. I'm Joseph and we're talking Peter Pan. Alrighty, so this was requested and I also want this to be the first retro rewind. Welcome to this new thing I'll be doing. It's called retro rewind. I'm going to talk about movies that have to be a minimum of 5 years or older, shows that have to be 5 years or older. You can request them down below. Let me know what you want to hear about. I'm going to start with 1 or 2 a month and they'll be out every Thursday, starting with Peter Pan from 03. So I feel like I don't have to say spoiler warning just because it's been out for like 20 years, but also spoiler warning. Balance. Check it out on the channel. I am not a fan of the latest Peter Pan movie that came out on Disney Plus. So the Peter Pan and Wendy, garbage, god awful. Disliked it. One of the worst movies I've seen this year. Basura. This movie, damn, I forgot how much I love this movie though. All right, I'm gonna start with the main character, Captain Hook in this movie. Boy, killed it. I love the fact that Captain Hook was played by their father, so that way it has this almost a sense of he's being rude or mean or doing something they dislike, and you see Captain Hook has a similar appearance. He's representing those adults that make you fear growing up, that make you not want to grow up because you think all adults are the same. I really love that aspect. This movie is filled with things like that and filled with magic, color, brightness. Back to Captain Hook. I apologize. Captain Hook, I don't know his name off the top of my head. I apologize. Not Captain Hook, but the actor. Did a great job. He felt like Captain Hook. He had this over-the-top aura, this presence. The Hook, for one, looked good. Like he looked and felt like Captain James Hook. Gave me that aura. Shmee, same. The crew had this respect. The crocodile. This movie is 20 years old. And the CG for the crocodile looked way better. The crocodile was creepy. It was more intense. It was captivating. It had me more in it. The new one looked cheaper than the one that's 20 years old. That shouldn't be an issue. Getting into the magic in this movie, it feels magical. Tinkerbell felt like Tinkerbell. Her dislike for Wendy was a part of the story because Wendy's whole purpose is to be their mother and read stories. That's her purpose there. It just so happens that Peter falls in love because we know the story. Peter gets family. It brings them here. They don't want to stay. He gets sad, but they end up saving the day. We fight Captain Hook. We win. We take him back. It's a story told over generations. It's not complicated. It's not beyond complex anymore, but this movie still drew me in. It still made me enjoy watching it. I've seen it twice now again. I watched it for this and then I was like, I'm gonna watch it again because I just enjoyed it. It felt good. The music, the vibrancy. I would love to see a Peter Pan movie live action where we get a little redheaded Peter Pan with the hat. Give me the hat. All right. The one thing I didn't like about this movie was his attire. Peter Pan's attire. It wasn't my favorite, but at the same time, it wasn't a big deal. I mean, I think Homeboy killed it. I liked the Lost Boys. I liked everything about this movie. You know, this movie to me was leaps and bounds better, and it makes no sense that this movie again is 20 years old, and I felt like they took massive steps backwards in the recent one. Overall, highly rewatchable. Like I said, I watched it once and then I was like, I gotta watch this again, because I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And the magic you're supposed to feel from going to Neverland to not want to grow up, because you want to be on the kid's side. You don't want to grow up. You want to be on the Lost Boy side. You want to be a part of Team Peter Pan. I wanted to be part of Team Peter Pan here. And then when Hook came onto screen, I was like, man, I'm kind of with Hook on this one. You know, like it had me pulling back and forth and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The comparison, like I said, the CG and this one to me looked better. The flying, the aura, the presence, the color scheme, the vibrancy, the magic. Who am I quoting back there? And I feel like comparing the two is nonsensical. It's like comparing apples to oranges. Except I like both of those, and I did not like the new Peter Pan and Wendy movie. It was garbage. The color. One looked vibrant, pretty, and made me want to be part of it. It felt magical and fantastical. The other one felt like it was shot in the ugliest version of New Zealand I've ever seen in my life, with no color, no light. Everything was bland. The story, do I want version of Captain Hook who looks sickly, has nothing to him? It's a super lazy, let's try to make it original because they used to be best friends, but then he grew up, but they're not friends no more. Nah. None of that shenanigans, none of that BS. The fight scenes were better choreographed. Overall, for this retro rewind, Peter Pan from 2003, highly rewatchable. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved it through and through. If it's still on, because I haven't checked recently, check it out if you haven't seen it, and you'll see why that one to me is leaps and bounds way better than the 2023 drop. Would want to hear your thoughts. Which one did you like more? Do you agree? Do you disagree? You know I love hearing from you. Do you have any comments, questions, concerns, request for the Retro Rewind series that I'm starting up? Remember, shows, movies, anything 5 years or older, and I can talk about it. Because if it's too recent, I feel like it's cheating. It's not really a Retro Rewind if the movie came out like a week ago or a month ago. But 5 years also is like a nice little loophole so we can talk about some semi-recent stuff that I missed. As always, I love hearing from you. But until next time, stay safe, be well, y con mucho amor. Adios.